Excellent cars are often remembered for their thrill, legacy, and innovation. From cars like the Ferrari Enzo, the McLaren F1, and even some of the most decorated hypercars like the LaFerrari, 918 Spider, and the P1. These cars all have one thing in common. They all perform extremely well, and we all know that. But what if I told you there was an American supercar that could outperform every single one of those cars I just mentioned? Some of you would call me crazy. I'd probably even call myself crazy, but I'm not. Just let me cook for a second. This is the Saleen S7, America's forgotten supercar. The S7 was first introduced in 2000 by a company which went by the name of Saleen Incorporated. It was founded by a former racing driver, Steve Saleen. The company initially specialized in producing higher performance versions of already existing cars, which were primarily Ford Mustangs. Think of them as a, let's say, older Brabus or Mansory. Their main goal was to take these regular cars and make them look better, sound better, and perform better. They made a name for themselves by making these cars compete with foreign sports cars at the time. Steve's racing background was significant to the company's philosophy. His experience provided first-hand knowledge to the importance of all sorts of things needed in creating the perfect supercar. From the importance of balance to the significance of power, Steve's wisdom was vast. He envisioned creating a supercar from scratch that would embody the pinnacle of American engineering. During the late 90s, the supercar market was dominated by European brands like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and McLaren. American cars in this class was literally non-existent, so Saleen saw this as an opportunity to fill in the gap. Their main objective was simple: build a supercar that could perform with the best in the world. The development of the S7 was a bold move. Since it was built from the ground up, it required significant investments in design, engineering, and manufacturing capabilities. Saleen collaborated with Ray Malek Limited, a company that specializes in designing and building race cars. This partnership was crucial in achieving the goals of such an ambitious project. When the S7 first launched, it was met with nothing but excitement and awe, both for the unique design and its potential. This marked a significant milestone for America, as it showed they were capable of building a world-class supercar. The S7 originally had a mid-mounted naturally aspirated 7-liter V8, and it produced about 550 horsepower. That car on its own was insane, but apparently wasn't enough, because in 2005, Saleen decided to slap 2 turbos on it. That significantly increased the power output by 200, making it about 750. Even some later versions reached up to 1000 horsepower with some tweaks to the turbos. And this wasn't an aftermarket upgrade or nothing like that. It was offered by Saleen themselves. The S7 could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. That's bonkers for 2024, but imagine how fast that was for 19 years ago. And it also had a top speed of 240 miles per hour, which is quicker than all those hypercars that I mentioned earlier. Typically, when cars go that fast, they're not the best at cornering. Well, the Saleen S7 isn't your average car. It broke the stereotype of American cars not being able to turn. It was designed with a lightweight steel and aluminum chassis that incorporated a fully independent suspension system. It was designed the exact way that Steve had it in mind, to prioritize balance and handling even at high speeds. The S7 was one of the first American cars to use strictly carbon fiber for the body. It weighs about 2,950 pounds, and for reference, that's about 700 pounds lighter than the LaFerrari. Aerodynamics played a crucial role in the design of the S7. It featured a flat underbody and also integrated a huge rear wing that generated substantial downforce. For the profile, the S7 boasts a low wide stance with a nice silhouette and an aggressive look. The interior was just as nice. It combined luxury with functionality by offering a leather trimmed cockpit, custom fitted seats, and a driver oriented console. Despite the racing heritage, Saleen definitely kept the comfort levels for the S7 in mind for the customers who prefer practicality. Overall, the S7 wasn't just a powerhouse of performance, but it was also the peak of American engineering at the time. Its build quality and attention to detail made it stand out as a vehicle capable of competing with the best supercars in the world. Shortly after the S7 was released, Saleen also tackled the challenge of introducing a race car. This is the Saleen S7R, and it was developed to compete in the GT1 racing categories around the world. The S7R made its debut in 2000, and it quickly proved to be an absolute force of nature on the track. It achieved significant success in various international and national racing series. Some of its highlights include the American Le Mans series, where it went up against other high-performing GT cars. It secured several class wins throughout the series. It also performed in the Le Mans 24 Hours, which is one of the most prestigious endurance races in the world. Its best performance was in 2001 when it came 6th place in its class. This really showed how bulletproof the S7R was. It also participated in many other races like the FIA GT Championship, the European Le Mans Series, and many other GT events. This further built its resume as the ultimate supercar. Saleen's success in motorsports significantly boosted its brand recognition around the world. Its success around the track helped change many perceptions about American cars, particularly on their ability to compete with European supercars in motorsports. This legacy continues to influence the design and performance performance of modern American cars, pushing them towards higher levels of engineering excellence. On the business side of things, the racing success significantly boosted Saleen's recognition around the world. By embodying these principles, it not only carved out its place in the Racing Hall of Fame, but also set a course for future developments in the automotive industry. The S7 also left a cultural footprint, excluding what it left behind on the racetrack. It made several appearances in films and TV shows that many people know and love. It was featured in the movies Bruce Almighty, Redline, and Iron Man. It was also introduced to the younger audience through games like Need for Speed and Gran Turismo. The S7 was owned by various celebrities during its time, one of the most notable figures who owned one being Tim Allen, an actor and comedian who is known for his passion for cars. The media appearances and celebrity endorsements played a significant role in keeping the Saleen in the public eye, even after years of the production ending. I'm sure you're all wondering by now, if the car was so loved and known, how did it become forgotten? And I'm gonna tell you, relax my brother, I'm getting there. The continued clout ensured that the S7 remained relevant and admired. Well, that was until this happened. Before I review what that is, you've made it this far into the video and you're clearly interested. Drop a like and subscribe if you're new, my friend. So even with all the success and the promising future that it had, why did the Saleen S7 fail? Well, the answer to that question probably isn't what you're thinking. Despite the car's success, Saleen Incorporated faced several financial and operational issues. The cost of developing and maintaining a supercar like the S7 meant that the company struggled to sustain its profitability. These financial pressure plus the economic downturn in 2008, which hit the luxury market hard, only made it worse for Saleen. The S7's limited production also played a huge role in its downfall. In total, only a few hundred units were ever made, 20 of them being the twin turbo variant. Rarity in a car like that, sure, it can increase the value among collectors, but realistically, for regular people, all that makes it is a forgotten memory. The production officially ended in 2009, marking 9 years since the original reveal. Saleen soon went back to their roots to modifying pre-existing cars and no longer cared for the S7. Today, the S7 is remembered fondly by car enthusiasts and collectors for its raw power and beauty. Outside those circles, it's less known to the general public because it's overshadowed by the bigger name supercars. The S7 remains a symbol of time where American racing were on top of the world and shocked the foreign culture. Now the few of the S7's left just laid to rot in some millionaire's garage who collect cars like it's candy. And now you know why the S7 failed. What do you think? Do you think it deserved more fame? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see a video on 8 popular cars that have overshadowed the S7, click right here. Take it easy, my friends, and until next time.